You heard me. Get it out of here.
I have no cat.
He doesn't need to be the cat. His clothes are enough when he comes out of his room.
Don't worry. He won't bother you anymore. He'll be out of here.
At last, you listen to me.
I'm not doing it for you. That's all in your mind. All of it. I'm doing it because I'm sick of seeing that cat eat all of our food.
That's not true. I only give him scraps.
Don't tell me how he gets farther every day. Damn cat looks better than any of us out here.
No.
Damn cat.
No.
Mr. Van Dan, you can't do that. That's Peter's cat. Peter loves that cat.
Anne.
Oh,
Go! Go!
Not going and the cat's not going. Now, please. This is Hanukkah. Hanukkah. This is time to celebrate. What is the matter of you all? Come on, Anne. Let's have a song.
Oh, Hanukkah! Oh, Hanukkah! The sweet celebrations!
I think we should first blow out the candle. Then we'll have some for tomorrow night.
But Father, you're supposed to let it burn out itself.
I'm sure God understands shortages. Praise be thou, our Lord, who hast sustained us, permitted us to celebrate our joyous festival.
Almighty! Mr. Dussel, Mr. Frank, did you hear anything?
no.
Oh, I think they're gone.
It's a great place. They found us.
If they had, they wouldn't have left. They'd be up here by now.
I know it's the green place. They've gone to get help. That's all. They'll be back.
Or it might have been the Gestapos getting paper.
Or a thief looking for money.
We got to do something. Quick! Quick!
There isn't anything we can do. Just wait.
Get some water, please. Get some water.
No! No! No one's going to get running water.
If they found us, they would have found us by now. Get the water. I'm going down.
No, Father, no. There may be someone there waiting. Maybe it's Shrap.
This is Saturday. There is no one for us now. What has happened till Meeper Crawler comes on Monday morning? We cannot live with this uncertainty.
Don't go, Father.
Hush, darling, hush. Margaret, stay close to me.
Shush! Shush!
Pooty, where's our money? Get our money. I hear you come by the green place off. So much ahead. Go stand quick. Get the money.
Keep still! Keep still!
Do you want to be dragged off to go to jail again? Are you going to stand there and wait for them to come up and get you? Do you do something I tell you?
You just broke my chain. Will you keep still?
Someone go after Father. Make Father come back. I'll go.
Haven't you done enough?
Please, please. Mr. Van Dan, get Father.
Quiet! Quiet!
I lift up my eyes unto the mountains, from whence will cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Thief! That noise must have scared him away.
Thank God.
He took the cash box, the radio, he ran away in such a hurry that he shut the street door. Busting it wide open. I think it would be good to have some light.
Are you sure it's alright?
The danger is past. Don't be so terrified, Anne. We're safe.
Who says that danger has passed? Don't you realize we're in greater danger than ever?
Mr. Dussel, will you be still?
Thanks to this clumsy fool, there's someone now who knows we're up here. Someone who knows we're hiding.
Someone knows we're here, yes. But who is that someone? A thief? A thief? Is that who it is? A thief is going to the Green Police and say, I was robbing a place the other night and I heard a noise up over my head. You think a thief is going to do that?
Yes, I think he will.
You're crazy.
Hysterically!
Ha ha ha.
I think someday he'll be caught and then he'll make a bargain with the Green Police. If they let him off, he'll tell them there's some Jews hiding.
He's right.
Father, let's get out of here. We can't stay here now. Let's go.
Go where?
Yes, where?
Have we lost all of our faith, all of our courage? A moment ago, thought they had come for us. We were sure in the end, but it wasn't the end. We're alive, safe.
No.
We thank thee, O Lord God, that thy infinite mercy thou hast against us, fit to spare us. Come on, Ann, let's sing a song together.
Oh, Hanukkah, the sweet celebration.
I don't think he's
Around
Around
the feast we gather in complete jubilation.
Happiest
of
seasons now is here. Many of the reasons for good cheer.
Good cheer.
You and Peter just talk in the main room. It'll save a lot of trouble. It's hard on Mother to hear those remarks from Mrs. Van Dam.
Why doesn't she say a word? I think it's ridiculous to take it and take it.
You don't understand Mother at all, do you? She just can't take it that way. She's not like you. It's just her name. It's just her nature to fight back.
Anyway, the only one I worry about is you. I feel awfully guilty about you.
What about?
I mean, every time I go into Peter's room, I have a feeling I may be hurting you.
Well, I'm not.
You don't feel badly, really? Truly? You're not jealous?
Of course I'm jealous. Jealousy got something to get up for in the morning. Jealous about Peter now.
Maybe there's nothing to be jealous of. Maybe he doesn't really like me. Maybe I'm just taking the place of his cat.
I have a book.
Will you please let me in, y'all?
Just a minute, dear. Dear Mr. Dussel. Well, here I go. Run the gauntlet.
Thank you so much.
Oh my god, look at her. I don't know what's good. It is to have a son. I've never seen him. He wouldn't care if I killed him myself. Don't you mind? Peter, I don't want you to staying up till all hours tonight. You've got to have your sleep. You're a growing boy. You hear me?
Anne won't stay up late. She'll go to bed promptly at 9. Aren't you, Anne?
Yes, Mother. May we go now?
Are you asking me? I didn't know I had anything to say about it.
Listen for the chimes. Ching, 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 ching.
In my day, it was the boys who called the girls, not the girls who called the boys.
You know young people like to feel like they have their secrets. Peter's room is the only place where they can talk.
Sock. That's not what they called it when I was young. Fine, I have to go pee. Go.
Aren't they awful? Aren't they impossible? Treating us as we are still in the nursery?
Don't let them bother you. It doesn't bother me.
I suppose you can't really blame them. They think back to what they were like at our age. They don't realize how much more advanced we are. When you think that wonderful discussion we've had. Oh, I forgot. I was going to bring you some more pictures.
Oh, these are fun. Thanks.
Don't you want some more? Maybe just brought me some new ones.
Maybe later.
I remember when I got that. I won it. I bet Jopie that I would eat 5 ice cream cones. We'd all been playing we'd all been playing ping pong. We used to have heavenly times. We finished up with ice cream at the Delphi or the Oasis, where Jews were allowed. They'd go back to it for a few days or a week. But after that, I know I'd be bored to death. I think more seriously about life now. I want to be a journalist or something. I love to write. What do you want to do?
I thought I might go off someplace. Work on a farm or something. Some job that doesn't take much brain.
You shouldn't talk that way. You've got the most inferiority complex.
I know, I'm smart.
That isn't true. You're much better than I am in dozens of things. Arithmetic and algebra, and well, you're in a million times better than I am in algebra. You like Margaret, don't you? Right from the start, you liked her. Liked her much better than me.
Oh, I don't know.
It's alright. Everyone feels the way Mark feels that way. Margaret's so good. She's sweet and bright and beautiful, and I'm not.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Oh no, I'm not. I know that. I know quite well that I'm not a beauty. I never been and never shall be.
I don't agree. I think you're pretty.
That's not true.
And another thing, you've changed from the first time.
I have.
I used to think you were awful noisy.
And what do you think now, Peter? Have I changed?
Well, you're quiet.
I'm glad you don't just hate me.
I never said
I bet when you get out of here, you'll never think of me again. When you get back with all your friends, you're gonna say, now what did I ever see in that Mrs. Quack Quack?
Oh, I haven't got any friends.
Oh, Peter, of course you have. Everyone has friends.
Not me. I don't want any. I get along all right without them.
Does that mean you can get along with me? I think of myself as your friend.
No. They were all like you. It'd be different.
Peter, did you ever kiss a girl?
Yes, once.
That picture's crooked. Was she, pretty?
Huh?
The girl that you kissed.
Oh, I don't know. I was blindfolded. It was at one of those parties, at one of the kissing games.
Oh, I don't suppose that really counts, does it?
It did it with me.
I've been kissed twice. Once a man I've never seen before kissed me on the cheek when he picked me up off the ice cream, and I was crying. And there was Mr. Koopfajouche, a friend of father's, who kissed my hand. You wouldn't say that those count, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't say so.
I know almost for certain that Margot would never kiss anyone unless she was engaged to them. And I'm sure to that mother never touched a man before Pam. But I don't know. Things are so different now. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think a girl shouldn't kiss anyone except if she's engaged or something? It's so hard to try to think what to do when we're in the whole world falling around our ears and you think, well, you know what's going on tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And what do you think?
I suppose. It depends on the girl. Some girls, anything does wrong, but others, well, it wouldn't necessarily be wrong with them. I've always thought two people.
Oh, 9 o'clock. Gotta go.
Ha, that's right.
Go.
Ching, ching, ching. 9 o'clock. Gotta go.
Oh, that's right.
Good night.
You won't let them stop me from coming.
No. Sometimes I might bring my diary. There's so many things in that I want to talk over with you. There's a lot of things about you.
What kind of things?
You want to see some of it? I thought you were nothing. Just the way you thought about me.
Did you change your mind the way I changed my mind about you?
Well, you see.
Aha!
It's terribly difficult to get them, Mr. Verdun, but I'll try. Goodbye.
You sure you don't want some cake, Mr. Crawler?
I'd better not.
You still feeling badly? What does the doctor say?
I haven't been to him.
Now, Mr. Crawler.
Oh, I tried, but you can't get near doctors these days. They're so busy. After weeks, I finally managed to get one on the telephone. I told him I'd like an appointment. I wasn't feeling very well. You know what? You know he answers over the telephone? Stick your tongue out. I have some contacts. I wonder if you'd like if you'd look over them with me. Of course. If we could go downstairs, will you forgive me? I won't keep them but a minute.
What's happened? Something's happened. Hasn't it, Mr. Crawler?
But really, I want your father's advice.
Something's gone wrong. I know it.
If it's something that concerns all of us, we should all hear.
But the children! The children!
Would they imagine what would be worse than reality?
It's a man in the storeroom. I don't know whether or not you remember him. Carl, about 50, heavy set, nearsighted. He came with us just before you left.
He was from Urich.
That's a man. A couple of weeks ago when I was in the storeroom, he closed the door and asked me, "How, Mr. Frank, what do you hear from Mr. Frank?" I told him I only knew there was a rumor that you were in Switzerland. He said he heard the rumor too, but he thought I might know something more. I didn't pay any attention to it, but then a thing happened yesterday. He brought some invoices to the office for me to sign. As I was going through them, I looked up. He was standing, staring at the bookcase. "Your bookcase," he said. He thought he remembered a door there. Wasn't there a door there that used to go up to the loft? Then he told me he wanted more money. 20 builders more a week.
Blackmail! 20 gliders? Very modest blackmail.
That's just the beginning.
Mr. Frank, you know what I think? He was a thief who was down there that night. That's how he knows we're here.
How was it left? What did you tell him? I said I had to think about it. I don't know. Should I pay him or should I take a chance and fire him? I don't know.
Don't fire him. Pay him what he asked. Keep him here where you can have your eye on him.
Is it so much that he's asking? What do they pay nowadays? He can get into a war plant. But it's a war plant, mind you. I don't know if he really knows or if he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Offer him half. Then we'll find out how soon if it's blackmail or not.
And if it is, we've got to pay it, haven't we? Anything he asks, we got to pay!
Let's decide when the time comes. This may all be in my imagination. You get the point these days. There's everybody suspects everyone. And everything again and again. A simple look or word, I found myself.
Bring, bring.
There's the telephone again. What does that mean? On a holiday?
That's my wife. I told her I'd go over and get some papers in my office to call her when we got out of church. I'll offer them half goodbye. We'll hope for the best.
You can thank your son for this. Smashing the light, I'll tell you, it's just a question of time now.
Sometimes I wish the end would come. Whenever it is.
Margot!
Then, at least we know. Then at least we would know where we are.
You should be ashamed of yourself talking that way. Think of how lucky you are. Thousands of people dying in war every day. Think of the people in the concentration camp.
What's the good of that? What's the good of thinking of misery when you're already miserable? That's stupid!
Anne!
We're young. Margot and Peter and I. You grown-ups have your chance. But look at us. If we begin thinking of all the horror in the world, we're lost. We're trying to hold on to some kind of ideals. When ideals, hopes, everything are destroyed. That the world is such a mess. We weren't around when all this started, so don't try to take it out on us.
They act like we started a war. Did we start a war?
On.
She left her cake. You left this.
Oh, thanks.
I thought you were fine just now. You know how to talk to them. You know just how to say I'm not no good. I never can think, especially when I'm mad. That Dusel, when he said about Mushi, someone eating him, all I could think is, I wanted to hit him. I wanted to give him such a that's what I used to do. When there was an argument at school, that's the way but here, an old man like that, shouldn't be so good.
You're making a big mistake about me. I do it all wrong. I say too much. I go too far. I hurt people's feelings.
I think you're just fine. What I want to say, if it wasn't for you around here, I don't know what I mean.
Do you mean it, Peter? Do you really mean it?
I said it, didn't I?
Thank you, Peter.
You got quite the collection.
Would you like some in your room? I could get you some. Heaven knows. You spend enough time in there doing heaven knows what.
It's easier. A fight starts or an argument, I duck in here.
You're lucky. Having a room to go, Orange is always here. I've hardly got a minute alone when they started on me. I can't duck away. I have to stand there and take it.
You gave some of it back just now.
I get so mad. They form their options about everything, but we're still trying to find out. We have problems here that no other people our age have ever had. And just as you think you've solved them, something comes along, and bang! You'd start all over again.
At least you've got someone you can talk to.
Not really. Mother, I never discuss anything serious with her. She doesn't understand. Father's alright. We can talk about something. Talk about everything. Everything but one thing. Mother. You simply won't talk about her. I don't think you can be really intimate with anyone and give something back, do you?
Oh, I think your father's fine.
Oh, he is, Peter. He is. He's the only one who's ever given me feelings that I have any sense. But anyways, nothing can take the place of school and play and friends of your own age, of near your age, can it?
I suppose you miss all your friends and all.
It isn't it funny, you and I? Here we've been seeing each other every minute for almost a year and a half. And this is the first time we've ever really talked. It helps a lot to have someone to talk to. Don't you think it helps with steam?
Well, anytime you want to let off some steam, you can let it off in my room.
I can get up and off a lot of steam. You have to be careful on how you say that.
Oh, it's all right with me.
Do you mean it?
I said it, didn't I?
Otto! Was ist denn los?
It's Christy von Gia.
One.
You! Give me that! Pussy! You dirty thief! Steal a food that's good for nothing!
For God's sakes, Mr. Dussel, let him go. Come on, Peter.
Let him go! You greedy! Selfish!
Pooty, what is it?
The bread! He's stealing the bread!
It was you! All this time we thought it was Dussel!
Mr. Van Dam, how could you? I'm hungry.
We're all hungry. I see the children getting thinner and thinner. Our own son Peter! I've heard him moan in his sleep. He's so hungry, and you come in the night and steal food and should go to them, to the children!
He needs more food than anybody. He's used it to more. He's a big man.
And you're worse than he is. You're a mother, and yet you sacrifice your child to this man? This...
Eat it!
Don't think I haven't seen you, always saving the choicest bits for him. I've watched you day after day, and I've held my tongue, but not any longer. Not after this. Now I want him to go. I want him to get out of here!
What do you mean?
Just that! Take your things and get out!
You're speaking in anger. You can't mean what you're saying.
I mean exactly that!
For 2 long years, we lived here side by side. We have respected each other's rights. We have managed to live in peace, and now we're going to throw it all away. I will never happen again. Will it, Mr. Van Dam?
No!
He steals once, he'll steal again!
Edith, please, let us calm. We are all in our rooms, and afterwards we'll sit down quietly and talk it out. We'll find some way.
No! More talk, I want them to leave!
Mrs. Frank, you told Pooty you'd never forget what he'd done for you and answered him. You said that you could never repay him.
If my husband had that obligation to you, he'd paid it over and over.
Edith, I never said that. You like this before. I don't know.
I should have spoken out long ago.
You can't be nice to some people.
You would have been plenty for all of us if you hadn't come in here. We don't need the Nazis to destroy us. We're destroying ourselves.
Give this to me. She'll find you a place.
Mother, you're not kicking Peter out. Peter hasn't did anything.
He'll stay, of course. When I must protect the children, I need Peter too.
If I go, Father goes.
Wise words from a man.
He's no father to you. That man, he doesn't know what a father is.
I wouldn't feel right. I couldn't stay.
Very well then. I'm sorry.
No, Peter, no. I don't care about the food. They can have mine. I don't want it. Only don't send them away. It'll be daylight soon. They'll be caught.
Please, Mother.
They're not going now. They'll stay until Meat finds them a place. But one thing I insist on, he must never come down here again. He must never come to this room where the food is stored. We'll divide what we have in equal shares for each. They're not going now. They'll stay here until Meat finds them a place. But one thing I insist on, he must never come down here again. He must never come to this room where the food is stored. We'll divide what we have in equal share for each. You can cook here and take it up to him.
Oh no, we haven't sung so far that we're going to fight over a handful of rotten potatoes.
Anne, Peter, Mrs. Frank, Mr. Frank, and myself.
It's me! At this hour?
It is trouble.
Beg you, don't let her see a thing like this.
Anne, Peter, Mrs. Van Dam, Mr. Van Dam, and myself.
Stop it! Stop it!
Mr. Frank, Margot, Anne, Peter, Mr. Van Dam, Mrs. Van Dam, myself, Mrs. Frank.
You're keeping all the big ones for yourself. All the big ones, look at the size of that and that.
Stop it! Stop it!
Mr. Frank, the most wonderful news. The invasion has begun.
Go! Tell them! Tell them!
Did you hear that, everybody? Did you hear what I said? The invasion has begun! Where?
When? When, Meat?
It began early this morning.
Why?
Oh, Mr. Van Dam, did you hear?
Slash.
It's shush.
Oh,
It's shush.
cool told me it was slash.
No, Father, no. There may be someone there waiting. Maybe it's your app.
This is Saturday. There is no one for us now. What has happened until Meat Crawler comes on Monday morning? We cannot live with this uncertainty.
Don't go, Father.
Hush, darling, hush. Margaret, stay close to me.
Alright, pause it.
I forget where we're at. Oh. No, Father, no. Where did I go?
Oh my god. I think we should blow out the candle. Then we'll have some time. Hold on. Security police, they found us!
I'm Mrs. Van Dam.
Oh shit. Pooty, what is it?
That's my line.
Oh. Alright, pause it. For God's sakes, Peter, let it. Mr. Deuce. Oh shoot, restart it. Put it on. That's good, that's good.
You just spilled your thought. We're putting this in the bloopers. Yeah, with Evan.
Oh my arms!
Yeah. Brave. Whose AirPods are on the ground?
Oh my god.
More stamina.
Right, buddy?
My stamina.
Oh, good God, my balls!
He's right, baby.
My stamina ran out.
All right. What happened? Something's happened, hasn't it, Mr. Crawler?
2, 1.